Who am I here with today?
Hi, I'm Kolo Gonsalves. I'm a MSCP. I just graduated, and I am a pre-licensed therapist.
Fantastic. Kolo, what does mental health mean to you personally?
Mental health to me has been like really personal, like a personal journey. I see it all around. It happens often, and it's like familiar to me, right? So, mental health is us. It's who we are. It's you find it in people all the time, and it's things that people don't want to talk about. It's feelings you don't want to share, and it's just the wellness, your well-being, and I guess your health, like your kino, your body, right? So.
What inspired you to get into the field?
So growing up, I always was interested in like helping people, and I actually wanted to do nursing first, but I didn't think I would be able to touch them like in the way that I wanted to, like their spiritual essence instead. Because physically, it's as a nurse, you can help them physically, you're there for them. But I felt if I was a psychologist or going into like being a therapist, I could like get into that with them and like pull out all the stuff that they're struggling with and help them like untangle, find the root cause and stuff like that. And for myself, because I struggle with mental health issues, it's like I want to be what I needed when I was growing up. So that's like always been my background. It's like I want to find people who are struggling and need someone in their corner, like really badly. Even because I know a lot of people, they have a hard time with mental illness. They're like nobody's gonna hear me, nobody's gonna listen to me. And then they say like people are tired of me. They don't wanna, they don't want to deal with it. But to me, it's like you just need one person to show up and be like, hey, it's okay. Like I'm here with you. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's one thing that you do to help kind of ground or reset yourself when life gets pretty, hectic?
Ooh, life gets hectic all the time too, which is so hard. But my favorite thing is like going to the ocean. We call it like pakai cleansing, right? You cleanse yourself with salt water. And it helps me like reconnect to myself, to the land, my kupuna, stuff like that. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do.
As you're going to become a licensed therapist,
Mm.
because you've been doing therapy for a bit, it sounds like you're blending like our Native Hawaiian or our culture somehow into your practice. Can you share a little bit about how you do that?
So I really didn't know how to do it at first because like me, I'm still learning. I feel like always for a lot of Hawaiian people, like you're still always learning. You're actively trying to merge with Western culture, Western thought. So with Western thought, I'm moving into also like this like Native Hawaiian idea, like the idea that we heal better in a community setting, right? Like we need a group of people to help us come together to heal, right? And then I think shout out to Kupu. He has been such like momentum to me finding like this cultural identity that I felt like I was like lost to for a long time. Because growing up, we're told and we're made to feel like we're not Hawaiian enough, right? Like they make you feel like just cause like XYZ. So it's like you have to like fit the mold. But the truth is the times are changing. So we have to educate and change right with it. So that's what I feel like is like happening. I don't know if that even answers the question.
No, it definitely does. And actually, you know what? Speaking of Kupu, because I was going to ask you about him anyway,
Mm.
Kupu, your supervisor, or yeah, this most recent supervisor of yours, can you give us like one really impactful thing that you're going to take with you, that he shared, a lesson, if you will?
Ooh, yes. Okay. So Kupu, oh, my mentor, I adore him so much. Like it could not have been a better pick for us because we're so alike, so similar. And I think for him and I, our kupuna was working in the background to get us together because he was someone I needed in my life, like so badly. But the lesson that he taught me was like I am okay being who I am. Like there is no shame in like unwinding it, finding myself, talking about how confidence, like building confidence, trying to find that part of me. And it's like, I don't know, he's taught me so many lessons that I can't thank him enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's something you learned the hard way about your own well being?
Ooh, that I can't save everybody. That is the hardest thing for me because I call it like bleeding heart syndrome, where you care so much about other people and like the things they're going through. It was hard to realize like you cannot work harder than them because they're the ones who have to show up for themselves. But for me, it's like I can see them like right there, and I'm just like, oh, like you just need someone to show you like you're just right there. But then when they step out, it's like, it hurts so much. And just like trying to balance that and not taking it home and not like having it follow me. Oh, that was the hardest. Like, just trying to, what is it? Like, how do I explain it? Like their the hurt that they have, I carry it with me often. So I go home like crying, I cry over my clients. And then I'm just like, man, that was the hardest thing to learn. Like to be like, this is not my pilikia to carry, you know?
Speaking of, what are some things you do to stay hopeful when the work gets heavy?
I feel like just existing, that sounds weird, right? But I always want to help people. Like that brings me joy in my life, like to be able to show up for others. And this gap in between of like like finishing graduation and then like looking for other jobs, it was I felt kind of lost, like, oh, who can I help now? But I feel like I'm always hopeful to, like, even though I'm struggling, I know that my struggle somewhere will make sense to someone else, and help them. Yeah.
What do you wish that they taught about mental health in school, like say middle or high school?
Ooh, I so wish that they taught us how to be kinder to each other, like with those who have mental illness, because I feel like so many times you feel so misunderstood and people don't understand what it's like, right? To be like, say you're a high school student and you have like major depressive disorder, and people are just like, oh, she's always the sad girl. But the truth is, there's all this underneath stuff. Like, like it's like, no, she's struggling. She just needs someone to look at her and not be like, oh, you're just a sad girl, Like, I just wish they taught us how it was to be kinder. That makes sense. Yeah.
No, it totally makes sense. Like empathy.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't really think about that word until many years later and many years of sobriety. And then it finally kind of got there, Last couple of questions. So now that you are graduated, right, and working towards licensure, I know you got a bunch of supervision hours and those things. What are you most looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to meeting new clients and seeing where that journey takes them. And then it's just like the idea of being able to step into like a new space feel like I've moved into a transition of my life. So it's like, I'm looking forward to being this like therapist version of me. Right. So I think that's what I'm really looking forward to.
As a Native Hawaiian, when you told like family, friends that you're going to work towards being a therapist, like what kind of responses did you get?
Oh, it was positive. My dad is like my number one fan. He tells everybody, everyone he knows, everybody he talks to, he's like, my daughter, she's going to be a therapist. I think they're proud to know that somebody like me, like us, can do this. We can show up, we can do the hard work, we can reach for the stars and get there. Yeah.
Speaking of, if somebody is thinking about going into the field or going to school to work towards being a therapist, what's your big piece of advice for them?
Ooh, definitely reach out if you're struggling. That's like super important. Self-care is like big. And if you feel like you're lost, that's normal. It's going to feel like that for a long time. It's going to feel like that for a long time. And then for me, it was confidence, right? So it's like, remember to show up for yourself too.
Excellent. Thank you. So, and here's our last question. It's our signature question of our show. So our show is called Listen to Your Heart. So Kolo, when you listen to your heart, what's it saying?
Ooh, when I listen to my heart, it says that there are some days that are really hard to go through, but I always know that I can be me. I can show up. I can find my footing, find my grounding. I can recenter myself. I can talk to my kupuna. And one thing I always tell myself is, instead of being nice to everybody, it's be kind, be yourself.
Kolo, thank you so much for doing this. This is awesome.
Yeah.
And thank you for tuning in to Heartbeats. If you'd like to support our mission, check out the link in our bio to visit our store, make a donation to our nonprofit IMUA Heart, or book a session with one of our compassionate therapists. Together, we can IMUA towards a happier, healthier Hawaii. Until next time, mahalo.